Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome here to another part of our Modding 101 series. This playlist has got a bunch of different videos in it. So as I'm starting this one, I do want to remind you guys that I do have a lot of stuff in there. It may say that it's got some age on it, like a year or 8 months old, but those things still apply and are still very relatable here to ATS, and they have not changed at least one bit. Learning how to prioritize mods has not changed. It's still the same process. Going in and doing anything else inside of those, like downloading virus-free mods, learning how to make it through the mod sites without any kind of problems, not getting viruses and other exe files to pop up, like all those kinds of little odds and ends about what makes modding with some of these games a little bit challenging sometimes, especially learning, getting started. Those kind of walk you through how to get through all of those without problem. Also, I've got modding profiles, how to get one of those in, have unlimited money, unlimited XP, and that way you guys can go ahead and just grab another profile for a new version of the game, throw your mods in there, and boom, you're off to the races. You're having fun again. So today we're going to look at the age-old question of how do you remove a steering wheel. Now I'm going to roll some footage here, at least while I talk about this, because people always ask, why do you have your steering wheel removed? I have to see your steering wheel. And I'm like, well, why? Because you've already got my steering wheel in the rig, so why have another one in there? And of course I never get an answer to that question, but needless to say, it's aggravating for me to see two steering wheels in front of me driving in the truck. Some modders do a 1080 rotational degree steering wheel. Some of them do 900. If it's 900, for the most part, it matches. But if it's a 1080, it's terrible and it doesn't match at all. Because some wheels are 1080 rotational degree and some are just 900. It depends on what you have. So for me, I went ahead and looked away. Is there a way I can just completely delete all of the steering wheels, or at least change that? Because we know there's not an option inside the options, the UI of ATS, to like a box that you can click that removes the steering wheel. So you have to do it through a configuration file. Now, if you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know that inside this same folder I'm taking you to, there's another configuration file that you can change tons of stuff in the game. It is not in that one. Okay, so you go to Documents, go to ATS. And then this is where, if you downloaded mods, you have your mod folder, you have your profiles folder, all your backup. You can see all of these backups from all these different ones taken over the period of 4 or 5 months. You've got your screenshots folder, and then the config. This is the config file that we always used to have to go to. This one is a little bit different. So we're gonna go to profiles. You'll have how many ever folders you have profiles. So if you have 6 profiles, then you're going to figure out which one it is. You say, well, how do I do that? The easiest way to go in and do it is to go in and save it. So once you go in and save the profile that you want to remove your wheels from, then that will be the last date modified. Time-wise, it'll be the last date modified folder. So if we did it now, it'd be 10 a.m. For me anyway, it'd be 10 a.m. on January the 15th. This was done late last night, so it's still the 15th. So this is the one that we're going to mess with. This would have been my Truckers MP profile. So you're going to go ahead, open this folder up. Inside of this, you'll see some other things. You'll see 2 different config files, a config file and a config_local. We are going to be messing with the config_local. Edit with Notepad++. Now you may say, well, why is Notepad++? What is that? I don't have that. So I'm going to put a link in the description. So click that link and it's going to take you to Notepad++. Download that. It's a great program. It's nothing more than using a it's what a lot of modders use, coders use for especially these games, because it opens up in lines of code. So if you need to delete things as a line rather than having to select, just this perfect little piece and then snip this out, you can actually delete and then move everything by lines. And it's really cool how it works. Really cool how it highlights certain things. So at any rate, just like that. See, I just clicked on a 0 in it, and it highlights, all the zeros in that first line. It makes them a little bit easier to see. But anyway, you guys don't need to know about any of that. You're looking for, you've probably already seen it, the use T_R_ steering wheel. This folder, this little file right here is where it changes. It will be a 1 for you guys. Okay. So if you wanted to, you can take this, backspace, and 0. Now, once you type in 0, you need to save it. Just hit Control-S for save, or you can go up to the file folder and you can click save from here. You just want to save it back into the config local spot. Don't save it anywhere else. Don't put it nowhere else. Just save this file, because the cool thing about Notepad++ is that it actually will save right here. Okay, so it's pulling this one and just opening up that file. So when it saves, it's not going to throw it somewhere else. All right. So these other things you'll see in here are the same exact thing that we've kind of all seen options for. Music volume, radio volume, nav volume. So these are like all of your audio files. You know, you've got force economy reset, which actually forces all of the jobs to reset. You can actually access some of this inside the dev console, but I'm not going to get too far into this. I'm not sure what the R_interior is, but the steering wheel, that's where it's at. There are some other things in here, and this is what I can't understand. Like all of these other options inside of this config local are all part of, they're all something that you have selectable options for in ATS. So I'm not sure why they don't have the R_steering wheel. I'm not sure why that's not an option inside of ATS, but for whatever reason, it's not. So just realize if you do this, it takes away all the steering wheels for all of your trucks. Okay, so that's simple as that. If you have the like, well, man, I really like it and all the rest of them, I just want this one truck going. You would have to be able to open up somehow that folder would probably have some kind of configuration. You have to be able to take it out of individual trucks. I'm not even going to get into that for myself. I just don't think it's worth it. To me, if I'm going to use it, especially if you've got triple screens, if you got a single big screen and you ride close enough to the dash to be able to experience the scenery and not just the cab of the truck. And that's what a lot of people don't understand is, especially when you get a bigger setup like mine, the windows are my windows to the outside. So I really don't want to sit so far back into the cab that I feel like I'm sitting in the back seat in the sleeper. And I need to see a steering wheel, you know. I have my steering wheel in front of me, and so I want my TVs or monitors or whatever, I want those to be my windows to the outside scenery that is, you know, ATS. So with all that being said, just a good kind of rule of thumb, you know, for that anyway, at least to think about it in that light. So anyway, once you do that, you save it, close all your stuff down. Of course, I'm not going to save it because I already have it done. But after that, you start up ATS. You will not have any steering wheels in there. So anyway, I know this is a short video, but it hopefully will hit all the marks. And but anyway, you guys make sure you leave a like on it. This will go as part of my little thing here. So whenever someone asks about the steering wheel in chat, then this is the video that they're going to get. So anyway, hope you guys have a great day. Enjoy ATS with no steering wheels and a fresh cab view to the outside world that is American Truck Sim. So we'll see you on the next one, guys. We'll see you. Peace out.